Welcome back, guys. This is Dana, the host of Token Students, the ultimate podcast you should listen to in order to deeply understand Asian culture and history. Today is September 18th, and we are already on our third episode, which is about K-pop. Found out about the hidden story behind the diplomatic influence of K-pop and the duality of it by listening to this episode. Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Why do we sound so unexcited?
Yeah, we should be excited. This episode is about K-pop, guys. It's about K-pop. We listen to it every day.
K-pop!
Blackpink.
Blackpink!
Come back.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Actually, kind of the reason why my voice is below the water today is because I actually sang very much K-pop songs yesterday. So in karaoke.
Oh,
with
he
my
went
friends.
to karaoke place.
Actually, with Santino here.
You went with Santino?
Yeah.
I've actually
really
never
good
been
time.
to
A
a
karaoke?
karaoke place because
Whoa.
I lived in the US and ever since I came it's been COVIDified, so I haven't gotten the chance yet, but I would really love to go because I love K-pop so much. I cannot explain how much I love K-pop.
Right. Me too. I love
You
K-pop.
too?
No, I listen to K-indie more, but I like K-pop too.
No, I'm so excited for this episode because Blackpink. Oh my god, I love Blackpink. Blackpink is my favorite K-pop group, and they just had their They just
Are you
had
okay?
their comeback. Yeah, I have 2 screws implanted into my gums, so yeah, so it hurts to talk, but I'm okay. I love Token Soon, so I can overcome this.
Okay, great.
So why don't we jump
So-
into our today's story for today?
Yeah, the story for today is very chaotic. Should I sing this or should I say this or
You should sing this.
Yeah,
You should sing it, Dana.
Definitely.
any
sing it.
volunteers?
Show us
Just me?
Show us your singing skills.
No.
Or all of you because you're
Maybe we can just
Blackpink
insert
fan.
music,
What?
insert the music here.
Oh, are you? I think Dana singing it would be
I think-
more
I strongly recommend
impactful.
Dana singing.
Yes, I do as well.
How about Santino? Okay, let's go. Santino,
Does
let's go.
Santino know this song?
How about let's do it together?
No, why
No,
are you
it's-
trying
it's
to
less cringy if we do it together,
Let's
guys.
just do
Why
it
are you
together.
trying to bring
Let's
me
just do
into
it
this?
together.
Huh?
Let's just do it together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Nobody talks. Hey.
I just recognize our
just took his earphones off.
our producer has just taken his earphones his headphones off and he's his arms are crossed as his face is sunken.
Okay. Let's go
Let's
again.
get over this.
Okay.
Let's get over this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This.
This. Okay, guys. There's no solution to this. I'm just gonna insert the music. Done with the story.
No,
No,
End
can
of
we
story.
hear Dana singing? Please?
No.
Come on. I mean this is gonna take forever.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it once and
Santino
for all.
will do it.
So you guys should do it too. Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
I'm going to do it this time.
Okay. You lead it. You lead us.
1, 2,
1,
1.
2, 3, 4.
This that pink venom. This that.
This that pink venom.
Get him.
Okay, are you gonna do the straight to your dome part? Or can we just
No.
get it over?
Let's just get over
Yeah,
it.
skip.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyway.
Enough is enough.
This person sent us this Pink Venom song by Blackpink and said that this song is stuck in his head, so he's telling us to help him.
Me too.
There's no way we can help you because this song is so addictive.
I know, right? Okay, so let's talk about K-pop.
The K-pop hype is increasing by every single day. Our producer is
sighing because we're so hyped up about K-pop.
It's okay. We can power through.
Yeah, so what is K-pop? Let's talk about K-pop. Oh my god, I cannot even begin to explain to you how much I love K-pop. I live
She lives for
K-pop.
K-pop.
I breathe it. Ah! I'm so glad we're doing an episode on K-pop. It was my idea, by the way. Thank you guys for picking this idea for our 3rd episode. Anyways, K-pop is, as you can see, a huge part of my life, and from what I can tell, a significant part of the culture here in South Korea, especially for students my age, our age actually. I mean, my class actually spends free periods watching K-pop music videos and singing along. Blackpink, we watched Blackpink come back.
You guys
Twice.
watch
Yeah.
New Jeans a lot, too.
Yeah, we watched New Jeans twice, Red Velvet.
Yeah,
so
with the
many
projector
groups.
on.
We love girl groups. Yeah. If you come and walk for a minute in the streets of Korea, I almost guarantee you that you'll see advertisements with huge photos of your favorite idols, and the same goes for almost every form of media you can think of. Like YouTube, you'll see ads featuring K-pop idols, like everything, TV,
pamphlets and everything.
Pamphlets, yeah. And I know that K-pop may not be popular amongst a lot of people. Like either you love it or hate it.
Right.
I love it, but it's because I love it. It's an important part of me that connected me to my culture when I was in the U.S. I lived in the U.S. for like 9 years, which is a long time because I'm 15 right now. So more than half my life, actually. And during that time, K-pop was something that tethered me to my culture. Watching Korean TV shows featuring my K-pop, featuring my favorite idols, and buying merch and just being a part of the fandom helped me get closer to my origins. I would say that this helped me just not forget my Korean.
It must be very important for you.
Yeah, because I knew that I would be coming back to Korea after a couple of years, but I was starting to forget my Korean. Like, for example, I would like just randomly forget words. Like, like I would be like, "Oh ma, what does that word mean in Korean?" when I was speaking Korean, and my mom got worried about me. But after I like got into K-pop and started watching all these videos and things, it just helped me improve my Korean so much more. And so if you're learning Korean as a language, I would suggest that you actually get involved in like K-pop or K-drama or like Korean culture and things like that, because I would say that just being inside the fandom and being actively like listening to Korean and stuff, it helps you a lot. So what is K-pop? And K-pop is obviously short for Korean pop music. It has many forms, but its most famous, what I would guess, is the type of music that idols produce. So they're called idols because they're music artists and like huge celebrities at the same time. They are idols to the Korean public. Everyone wants to be like them. Yeah. These artists are like these beautiful people who sing and dance to music that's actually inspired by many different genres, like pop, hip hop, R&B, jazz, so much more. You'll hear like rapping in K-pop. You'll hear like ballads. So many different genres. And K-pop has gained massive popularity all over the world. You've probably heard of BTS, of Blackpink.
Of course.
Yeah, of maybe even Psy. He's not quite what I would call an idol, but still a part of K-pop. Especially since the 2010s. Their songs have addictive hooks and these catchy lyrics with like points, I would say, that you would just hear and immediately you get like addicted to it. Like, for example, we just heard Pink Venom. Like,
very chaotic Pink Venom.
Very addictive, very catchy. And many of South Korea's favorite celebrities are these idols. As the title Idol suggests, these singers are not just singers. They exert a powerful influence over Korean society. And because of this, they are rigorously trained and nurtured by a star manufacturing system.
Right.
Yeah. Working under entertainment industries like SM or YG, JYP, Big Hit, like these are all really famous labels that everyone wants to go under. If you're training under these companies, once you debut, your success is almost certain. For example, Blackpink is under YG, Red Velvet and aespa are under SM. JYP has Twice and ITZY and NMIX, and so many more. Yeah, there are so many of these labels and also so many of these K-pop groups. Under these entertainment industries, young boys and girls are trained in singing, dancing, rap, and many more skills that are required of them as an idol. Like, for example, I heard somewhere that if you're going to be training under these companies, you also take classes on how you should like have your expressions when you're singing or dancing. You have these expressions that match the song, which makes the songs more exciting and makes the experience better. Producing groups and their songs is a super systematic process, requiring trainees to be always screen ready. However, this monotone system also has a lot of controversy on how it applies way too much stress on their trainees, shown by how many of them have confessed about the mental toll fame took on them. I would say that an example that really showcases this is how many of these idols commit suicide every year. Yeah. We've heard of SHINee's Jonghyun, also Sully, Kuhara, and a lot of these idols are very prone to stress, which causes a lot of them to commit suicide or be very mentally unstable. Idols and trainees are always required to care for their looks and even are forced to hide their relationships or not date as teens, or even when they are like of age. And the dark side of the K-pop industry is slowly being uncovered as idols and related people speak up.
Yeah, I think like idols are really interesting because they're a very unique type of celebrity.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They go through a system, and
Right.
like in the US it's really different. So for example, like Charlie,
Right.
you know Charlie, right?
Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not
Or
Charlie, not
Charlie
Charlie.
D'Amelio.
Yeah.
Charlie D'Amelio.
She just became a celebrity because she
Did
danced
TikTok.
danced in with the camera and like posted
Renegade,
on TikTok.
renegade.
Yeah.
Renegade.
And she suddenly like became a celebrity like out of the blue, and
Mhm.
she didn't go any like star
Yeah.
manufacturing
Yeah,
process, like
star
a rigorous
training
system
program.
there
Yeah.
was no program or like an education
Mhm.
system for that. But in
Here in Korea, it's super systematic. When
Yeah.
you're like in your early teenage years, or even before that, you'll go to a company, you'll take an audition, and then you'll be admitted into the company and go through years of training.
it's not
For-
something that you can just like
Mhm.
do it on your
Yeah.
side or
Yeah,
like
by
study
yourself.
and study
Yeah.
and do that together. It's no, you have to really like dip
Yeah.
yourself into that industry.
Mhm. And just give up everything, every part of your life.
Yeah,
You'll most likely, a lot of people have quit school to become trainees. For example, I'm gonna bring up Blackpink again because I love them. For
Okay.
example, Rose came to Korea all the way from Australia. She
Right.
quit school. All she did was train. Jennie, she was a trainee for 7 years. 5 years, 7 years, I don't remember, but for a very long period of time. And people from all over, most likely Asia or all over the world, come to Korea to get the opportunity to become a K-pop star.
Yeah, it is a really precious opportunity, but you have a lot to lose to
Right, you have-
do it.
Only a small percentage of the trainee population actually get to debut and actually get to, get fame and get famous.
That is very unfortunate because
yeah,
there are a lot of
for-
talented people.
For the people that aren't able to debut, what happens to them? We've never, when you're looking at the bright, sparkling side of the K-pop industry, you really never get to think about what's on the other side.
And also, like, I think idols are like, to say it very coldly, a product of a brand. Like,
Right. They
yeah.
are consumed as products.
Mhm.
They
So they have to be like immaculate. They can't date
Right.
anybody if they make
And
mistakes.
they're
it's not
considered
forgiven.
old once they get past their
Mhm.
20s. And once they get into like their 30s, 40s, a lot of them will just kind of disappear from
right
the
from the
scene.
spotlight.
Yeah. That's the
Dark
pretty-
side or like the reality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's kind of brighten up.
Yeah,
the
let's brighten up the mood.
situation. And we have another question. How do you enjoy K-pop even though you don't understand the lyrics?
The beat itself is really catchy.
Yeah.
So it just like sticks to your mind.
Mhm.
Even though you don't know Korean, you kind of resemble Korean, like the lyrics,
right,
because
right.
it just sticks to you.
Also, I would say that back when I was bad at Korean,
Yeah.
I necessarily wouldn't understand all the lyrics, but I'd just be like, I'd just sing along, like
Right.
mumble along,
Mhm.
And a lot of K-pop has like English parts.
Mm,
I
yeah,
don't
right.
like. This is a pretty unusual, I feel like,
Yeah, me too.
part of K-pop, but they'll have like these English words
Other
or
languages would
phrases.
be mixed up together.
Yeah. Like English and Korean are the most common like combination, obviously because it's K-pop. And I would just sing along to the English parts and like ignore the Korean parts or just mumble on to them.
But the funny thing is, these days there are a lot of like only English lyric K-pop songs.
Especially for groups that are more popular like internationally rather than
BTS, Blackpink.
in Korea. Like BTS release songs that are in English, like Dynamite, Butter. Blackpink has like I don't remember, Bet You Wanna.
Right.
They have, I don't know what
I have
other
Spotify
songs.
here. Maybe I can search them.
They also have like, they have a lot of songs that are like only in English, or mostly in English. Like for example, Ice Cream with Selena Gomez.
With Selena Gomez.
Yeah, Bet You Wanna was
they're
with Cardi.
collaborating with a lot of like
my favorite artists, and it just makes the experience so much better.
Right.
Oh, as a person who enjoyed foreign language songs that I couldn't understand, I actually enjoyed Japanese pop. But don't get me
J-pop.
wrong, I'm not a weeb.
You
just
kind of
enjoyed it.
sound it's not really convincing.
Yeah,
us
and
for you.
also like about this part, this is actually true for me too because I actually enjoy a Malaysian hip hop song called
Malaysian?
Malaysian?
Wow.
Very
Malaysian
international.
hip-hop song called Lotus. And also, of course, like maybe like the songs like Despacito. I mean, like Spanish songs, and also Lotus,
Despacito.
which is like made by a Malaysian hip hop group called like Forest Park Boys. They're also really I can vibe to them, even though I don't know like the meaning. So yeah, it's so the testament is like very valid. For
So
me too.
about the language, you can like sense their like little meaning. Like you can feel the language. Like for instance, a simple example is swear words. So when you hear swear words in other foreign languages,
Great example.
that you cannot speak or even heard in your entire life, you immediately know it's a swear word, right?
Right.
I kind of get the feeling. So when I'm enjoying Japanese pop, well, again, I'm not a weeb.
It's okay. You don't have to say it again. We get it.
We get it. Also, it's not very convincing when you say that you're not a weeb. But I don't blame you because I would say I'm kind of a weeb as well. I love
Japanese
anime.
songs. They kind of hits your heart.
Okay.
Even though you don't know the lyrics,
Very touching
it
to
kind
you.
of
All right.
kind of touching, and the melodies are great. And also about the melodies, you can kind of know what the song is trying to talk about by listening to the melodies. Oh, why are you so laughing so much?
Dana's laughing only from the mic because she doesn't
Okay, maybe
want her
I am a
laughing
weeb,
content.
but I'm.
He just admitted he is a weeb. Santina's a weeb.
maybe I said maybe I'm a weeb, but I really do enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a precious experience. So let's start with K-pop and Hallyu. So I think the reason why K-pop is so important for South Korea as a part of its identity is because K-pop has influenced the world and uplifted South Korea's reputation. Like, K-pop is a global expression of soft power fueled by the Hallyu, the Korean wave, that has sought to expand influence since the late 1990s. Like, just a second here, soft power is a term that Joseph Nye, a professor at Harvard University, made, meaning the ability to co-opt rather than coerce, involving the method of cultural influence over using military force or economic sanctions. The success of K-pop is part of a Korean overhaul of the arts and entertainment sectors to explicitly project cultural power. So you guys know that BTS gave the phenomenal speech at the UN.
Right.
In
It was
New
a
York.
huge.
It was huge.
Like, was
It was a
Love
huge
Yourself?
issue
Was
here.
it like
in Korea.
Love
Love
Yourself?
yourself. So that kind of influence that BTS has in the global society is part of the Hallyu. And
Right.
also, like, Blackpink going to, like,
Coachella.
yeah, and also they went to the embassy of
right.
Korea in, like, the UK.
UK,
Yeah,
right.
and they, like, filmed a TikTok. These kind of influences they have are kind of huge.
Right.
They make the reputation of Korea, and that because they act so actively in the world, it seems like Korea is also very involved in global activities in a fun way, like not in like
Right, just
a
the
very
serious
like
way.
strict or rigid way.
And something that I actually experienced when I was in the U.S. So 7 years ago, not like 8 years ago now. So in 2014, that was when I first went to the U.S. When I said I was from Korea, people would be like, North or South Korea? Do you know Kim Jong Un?
Oh
These
my
are
God.
like the questions that I would get when I said that I was
That's
Korean.
kind of funny right now. Yeah.
I found it kind of like, I found it fun like in the beginning, but everyone would be like, North or South Korea?
That must
Please,
be really
if I was from North Korea,
exhausting.
I would not be here.
Yeah, right.
talking to you
For
in
sure.
English. And after a couple years, after, you know, K-pop started to become a bit more
A
popular,
thing in the global world.
people would stop asking me whether I was from North or South Korea, because I was from South Korea.
It's pretty
It
self-explanatory.
became kind of, people start to know a lot
Mhm.
more about South Korea.
Right.
They would be, the questions about Kim Jong Un would become about BTS. They would be like, "Do you know BTS?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I love them." And I would say that a huge part of this would be K-pop, actually, because and I have something to thank K-pop for getting rid of the questions about Kim Jong Un.
Great. Like this Hallyu is taking over the world, really. So because I'm a little involved in fashion, you know that Blackpink is an ambassador of very famous fashion
Right.
brands, right? Yeah.
Jen-
Lisa is an
can
ambassador
I-
for
Celine.
Yeah, Celine.
Okay, can I take over the Blackpink
Yeah,
part?
okay. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Jennie is an ambassador for Chanel. She is also for Hera, like a
Yeah. the
beauty
brand.
thing. Lisa is ambassador for Celine and also for Bulgari.
Mhm.
Rose is for Saint Laurent,
Mhm.
and also Tiffany and Co.
Wow, I didn't know
You
that.
didn't know that?
Yeah, whoa.
Tiffany, and Jisoo is for Dior.
Dior.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they are really global, and there aren't a lot of like Asian ambassadors and like global brands, and I think that the position that
Representation,
Blackpink
yeah.
is in is really a great achievement for South Korea. But like apart from that, our South Korean fashion brands are also like improving because of like these celebrities wearing their brands. So for example, the Pink Venom music video, it had a lot of Korean brands, Korean designer brands.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the music video for How You Like That, I noticed that one of the outfits that Blackpink wore when they were like dancing and stuff, they were based off of hanbok, which is like the traditional
Mhm.
Korean attire that people wore back in like the Joseon dynasty and everything. So I would say that that's also a lot of like representation coming from them about Korean culture. And it makes it really, oh sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my
It's
God.
okay. It's okay.
Sorry,
Take your
that was
time.
embarrassing. But I'd say that the representation of our culture makes it really meaningful.
Yeah, right. And so, like, these clothes that Blackpink wore in the Pink Venom music video, they're from Korean designer brands, not from, like, world luxury brands from Europe or something. So, for example, Jennie wore an entire outfit designed by the Korean designer brand Junjae, and Lisa wore an overall designed by 604 Service, which is very weird because I have a shirt from that brand,
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah, and I love that shirt. And I was, like, really genuinely starstruck when I saw Lisa wearing that overall because I thought it was really pretty and Lisa wore it. And like everybody was talking about it in Twitter. Like there are like fashion like groups in Twitter.
Also, coming from Lisa, in the hanbok outfit that she wore, do you know that Lisa is from Thailand, so
Mhm,
she's
yeah.
Thai. And some representation I saw was that her top was Korean, like a Korean culture based outfit, and the skirt that she wore was actually based off of Thailand culture.
Wow.
Yeah, and
wow.
that was,
I didn't know
and seeing that and hearing about that was, I found it super meaningful and super, for Lisa as well, and for the Thailand community who are such huge fans of Lisa.
So like the Korean fashion industry is expanding because of these idols, because they can promote these clothes. And yeah, so Korea's soft power is really taking over the world in terms of fashion too, and like in terms of like global society too. Like I said, the BTS gave the speech in UN, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that was a really big achievement for Korea too.
For,
yeah.
Right. And I feel like it's probably the first time since actually the Korean War that Korea was a part of such mainstream influence, and everyone knows really what South Korea is and the essence of Korea, and it means a lot to me as a Korean and as an Asian to have such representation coming to us from culture.
So what I'm trying to say here is that K-pop has started Hallyu and must be valued and preserved. And like K-pop is such a big industry in the world these days. So I really genuinely hope that K-pop can always increase the awareness for the global society to give more attention to South Korea, because we have so much precious brands, we have precious qualities,
and
precious
it's also a huge economical factor.
Right.
It's a huge industry.
And also this is kind of where I chime in, because there is actually, to our listeners, there's actually an artist that I want to introduce to all of you guys, because he is such an influential artist, and he actually paved the way for BTS and Blackpink. So in my perspective, his name is G-Dragon. G-Dragon, or
from
another
Big Bang.
Yeah, and other.
I'm a huge fan of him.
His name is Kwon Ji-young, because he is actually the pioneer of many things. Because our iconic airport fashion, especially by nowadays Jennie, BTS, they all have their own airport fashions, and all fandoms have their own light sticks. Those were invented first by G-Dragon.
Oh, I didn't know that light sticks were invented by
G-Dragon. That was started by
So
G-Dragon.
what light sticks are there these special sticks?
They wave.
They're light sticks. Obviously, you
Literally.
wave them. They're for a lot of famous groups, they would have these light sticks that are these special shapes that represent the group, and you'll go and wave them, and
It's kind of
it
an
just
indicator
kind of,
for your fandom.
It
for
just
a
indicates
fandom.
that I'm a Blink. I love Blackpink.
Yeah, and also, since you guys talked about producing idols, producing music, and maybe part one of maybe last week, so G-Dragon was maybe the first idol to produce only his own music and produce and write his own lyrics, because
I guess he was the first person to get a lot of attention for it. For example,
Right.
a lot of his solo songs and his Big Bang productions are huge hits here in Korea.
So watching BTS members produce their own music, especially Suga, or other names, August D, produce his own music, and for Samsung, this gives I respect G-Dragon so much, because he paved the way for that influence of idols can also produce their own music, and they can be really talented at it.
A lot of times in Korea, idols won't be the ones who produce their own music. It's the part
Very
that
unfortunate.
kind of shows how idols are manufactured.
Yeah, they
They're
just get the songs,
choreo.
and they have
They
to
get
train
the
for the
songs from these professional producers who are who print out these very catchy and addictive songs. They give the idols the choreography. It's all mapped out by these world famous choreographers. Things like that. Yeah.
And since he is kind of a second generation, a superstar, he was a superstar in the second generation idol fandom. So for all you new K-pop lovers, introduced by BTS and Blackpink, you might not be really familiar with G-Dragon, but he actually, so regarding fashion, as Olivia and Dana has talked about for the last few minutes, he is actually the first Asian ambassador and the first Asian muse for Chanel, and he also has pioneered unisex looks and many other impressive feats, and also fashion. He has his own fashion brand called Peace Minus One, and collaborated with Nike
I
on
think
various
Nathan
projects.
is just
Nice.
crushing over G-Dragon.
Yeah, it's kind of
here.
I'm a
He
fan.
loves
yeah,
G-Dragon.
Yeah, I'm a fanboy. So
Okay,
yeah.
let's give it to Santino.
Well, I hate to break this excited atmosphere, but I don't actually really enjoy K-pop.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a huge fire in the comments, but I don't actually really like K-pop. It's not that I don't like all Korean music in general, and I'm really proud of K-pop, but I just don't like those overused same style of music and Korean idol culture.
I don't agree with you necessarily, Santino.
But I kind of agree with Santino
I
too, because they kind of, for especially for girl idols, female idols, they have to be in perfect shape. They have to have perfect skin.
Yeah, about that too. And
That's pretty dark side of this. I know that a lot of them are forced to go on diets as well to get even skinnier than they already are.
Yeah, about those
Right.
radical like beauty standards too. Like, and not only like idols, but all of their fandoms is like trying to follow those like radical little like their beauty standards, and even like their fandoms. Okay, and first about their music, I found some K-pop music to be too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to mention specific names, of course, but I
That's
want
gonna
to.
be fire. But don't, please. I don't
Yeah,
want any
I'm not
beef.
going to. I don't want people hating me, so I want to point out a few things I want to criticize about K-pop music,
Mm-hmm.
especially idol music. I find most idol music nowadays to follow the same music motifs.
Right, the patterns are
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's why I love G-Dragon, because he has his like own unique style.
Okay, man. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I
get
get
it.
it.
He loves
You love
G-Dragon.
G-Dragon. We
Like,
get
Olivia,
it.
I mean, Olivia was also like fanboying over Blackpink too. So,
I'm a fangirl, excuse me. Get my gender right.
so let me fanboy over like G-Dragon too. You know.
Oh, and about those and all things about Korean idol culture, and I see many this kind of comments in like the comment sections that's kind of like this. I don't hate the music or their groups. I hate the radical fandom, you know?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I know some incidents
absolutely.
where the fandoms like
Fight.
Yeah.
This is really bad apparently for like second gen or first gen idols like Super Junior and
Yep.
what is it?
G-Dragon.
TVXQ's G-Dragon. Super Junior and TVXQ's fandoms fighting and stuff.
Yeah, like saying those like BTS is the best, 17 is the best. I don't like their obnoxiously, okay?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and about those, yeah, for those reasons, I don't really like to enjoy K-pop that much.
All right, I respect your opinion. I definitely get why a lot of people don't like K-pop. Like there are a lot of bad sides to it, but I still really do enjoy just liking these groups.
It's still Korea's very precious, like unique identity.
Yeah, I have to
Definitely.
admit that some of K-pop songs are really good. I just don't really enjoy those idol culture or those annoying
yeah.
fandoms.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. And since Nathan talked about G-Dragon and Santino talked about not liking K-pop, I just wanted to say that K-indie is a very like great industry too, because I
of
I
course,
listen to a
yeah.
lot of
I love
K-indie.
Pegadian.
I love
She's
Pegadian.
like she's a very
Pegadian
Uh,
is like South Korea's Taylor Swift, in my
Definitely,
opinion. Yeah,
definitely.
I love her.
She has a great voice.
And like, you guys know Crush?
yeah, Crush.
Yeah,
Zion
absolutely.
T. I love
Zion
those kind of
T.
R&B artists.
Oh,
I don't know
Yeah,
those
just give it a try,
celebrities.
guys. It's really cool.
Right.
This was the part 1 of our episode about K-pop. It was very chaotic, but I hope it helped you give you some context about what K-pop is. Santino talked about the dark side of K-pop and the problems that are related to it, and we are going to delve in body issues and like beauty complexes in more depth in the future. And as of now, we talked about K-pop, its characteristics, positive consequences, and hidden dark sides. Hope we injected some fresh perspectives to you about K-pop. And thank you for listening to it. See you next week.
Oh
See
no,
you.
see
Bye.
part 2.
Yeah, see
you
part
part-
2.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
part 2 is going up next week, right?
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so stay tuned for part 2. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.